Welcome to the Hitch List, a podcast for wedding lovers, planners, and party people. We're your hosts, Abby.
And I'm Cassidy, two seasoned event vendors spilling the champagne on what really goes on behind the scenes.
From the planning stage to the final send-off, we're diving into everything events. Brides, grooms, planners, parties, vendors, and the wild stuff no one tells you about.
Whether you're planning your dream day, you're knee-deep in vendor contracts, or working in the industry, we've got the tips, tea, and timeline talk to keep you sane.
This is the Hitch List, where we plan, party, and celebrate every detail. Hey friends, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Hitch List podcast. Today we are missing one of our co-hosts, Cassidy, but that is okay because we have Miss Brittany here from the barn at Love Farms. So Brittany, to start us off, tell us a little bit about yourself, your venue, how you got started, all of the ins and outs of your world.
So I am Brittany, and I am a mom and a small business owner, like you said, of the barn at Love Farms. The way we got started is, honestly, luck.
Really?
So
I don't think I've ever heard the story,
So we bought the barn. It was one of those, by chance, you heard that it was being for sale.
Okay. And it was already an existing venue, correct?
It was. So they had built it for their daughter's wedding.
That's right. Maybe you have told me a little bit of that.
So she had found, all these venues that she liked aspects of, but didn't fall in love with the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, time was getting shorter and shorter. And they were like, you're going to have to choose a venue if you want to get married at this time.
Yeah.
And I guess the wheels started turning. And they decided, let's get married at the pole barn that it was. And there you have the barn at Love Farms. They made it exactly what they wanted. Well, we ended up purchasing it. I had a corporate job. And I found out, we signed papers. And then I found out that Friday I was losing it due to consolidation of the company. Not because I was bad at my job, but consolidation. So I felt like it was a God thing.
Yeah.
Like it was meant to be.
Like that door closed right as you just stepped in.
As I opened another one. So I feel like it was what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. Do you know, like how long after they built it and she got married there did they put it up for sale?
I think it was 3-4 years.
Okay, so they didn't keep it for long. They were like, daughter's wedding.
Well, I mean, they did weddings.
Yeah.
But
they didn't make
life
a life
happens.
of it.
Life happens after that.
Yeah.
When you have other children, you end up having grandkids, and they have another business, and it's just things were taking more of a priority.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and you can't.
It's all consuming to be in this industry.
It is. It's very consuming. So you have to make the most of it. And if it wasn't a priority that they had at that time in their life, then they were ready.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. And that's how I became to be venue manager of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the best decision that I ever made.
Yeah.
I'm much happier. I like to make other people happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
I think that's the mark. We've said this before in past episodes. That's the mark of somebody who will be successful in this industry and somebody that is truly passionate about it. It's a love-hate relationship for sure, but you have to have that passion for it and serving other people in order to be successful.
Absolutely. And I like the fact that I can make my own hours and be a mom. Mm-hmm. I like to be a mom, but then still have a chance to feel like I'm doing something. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Be a boss lady too.
I'll be a boss lady. I'm a boss babe. But no.
I love it. So tell us, I guess, about the amenities that the venue, like square footage, all that. This obviously is all available on the website, but.
So we have 25 acres that the barn sits on, and we have cows. So our cows are our friends. So we have an outdoor area that includes a fireplace, of course, the outdoor ceremony site.
Yeah.
And then you have a pretty big porch. So your indoor being your big reception hall, which is a 50 by 60 room. And it is very stunning. I'd say that our venue, pictures don't do it justice. It is so pretty when you drive
I can attest
up.
to that, yeah.
And so we have a bridal suite, a groom suite, and then a catering kitchen, and then also a decoration room, a very large decoration room that people can pull decorations from at no cost. If they allow that to, they can definitely decorate their whole day without having to pay
in
anything.
Yeah. How often do most people utilize that, would you say?
Absolutely do. 9 times out of 10, they're using at least half of our items.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I know every wedding that we have done there, if the client didn't have it or we didn't bring it, I'm digging out of there because I know you've got it in there somewhere.
there's so much stuff.
Yeah. So you've got your outdoor ceremony space, your indoor reception space, porch area. I know most of the weddings that I have done there, obviously ceremony is in your ceremony space outdoors, cocktail hour on the porch, reception inside. Having the versatility of those spaces is very helpful for rain plans anytime there is weather.
Yes.
But how often would you say you have couples who opt to host their different areas of the day in different spaces than is traditional?
Summer. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Summer weddings.
South Mississippi, y'all.
In South Mississippi, that's right. You can't tell how warm it's going to be or how humid. Most of the time, like summer weddings, they bring it all inside and we have to do a complete entire flip.
Yeah.
And it's not something that
Do they kick everybody outside often onto the porch?
So we have to,
Okay.
if we do a flip. A complete entire flip means that we have to move tables in. And we just can't take the risk of, somebody being in the way and getting hurt. So but I will say, like, my team is wonderful. They get it done. Probably, I think the quickest that we've done a complete flip is 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I mean, your staff has always been so helpful. I love when we have a client that's like, oh, yep, this is the venue, because I know there are so many things I can automatically mark off on my list I have to worry about. And that's a comfort to me. That's a comfort for me having to bring in on any of my staff. And I know it's a comfort to bride and groom, especially if they understand what it is that you're fully providing.
Exactly.
And not having to hire outside, or even going back to the decor closet. They know that they can access that, and it's not this other ridiculous add-on fee that you're going to throw in on the back end.
Yeah, the barn is what it is, and I like that. Like, it is one price for everything you see.
Yeah.
Like, there's no hidden fees. I'm very transparent with how I advertise. I don't want anybody to ever walk in saying, oh, well, you didn't say that in the beginning.
Right.
I try to be as transparent as possible so that they know exactly what they're going to get from me.
Yeah.
And I think that's where vendors sometimes fall short. Like, yeah, you can do this, but oh, wait, but there's more.
Yep.
And that's hard when a budget is in play.
But especially for what other, you may live by a budget like in your everyday financial life, but that's really your wedding is really going to be the only big thing in your life, big event in your life where you have a very strict budget that you need to stick to. So absolutely needing things to be up front. I see that a lot. I feel like on like the Facebook groups of people or, engaged couples saying, I want to give me photographer recommendations who have their pricing available, like on their website. Like, I'm not having to jump through hoops or fill out a questionnaire. Like, I don't want to tell you my whole engagement story before I even know, like, your minimum package. Like, I'm wasting my own time at that point.
Exactly. I do not put my prices out there, but I feel like if you called me,
It's a very simple
question. We have 3 options that you can choose from. That's it. And I know that you're like, okay, well, if there's only 3 options, why don't you put it on there? Yeah, it's just a choice.
Well, and
venues are it's a very fickle business because there's so many of us. But, we all have to
I agree. I definitely think how you do it, like, it shouldn't be public information necessarily, like posted and available for anybody, but requiring somebody to contact you, quick email, quick phone call.
Exactly.
You're then able to ensure that it's, number one, a real person, not maybe another potential venue, competition.
Well, see, that doesn't even bother me. Call me. Be honest with me. I'll tell you my information.
Don't try to hide that. Like, if I am another potential venue, I should feel comfortable. Hey, I'm so-and-so. We're opening up this venue. I would love if you could share some industry insight. Like, we're all here to collaborate together. Not every client is for you, just like not every client is for me.
Exactly.
That's okay. Trying to pull a fast one on you would be taking that in the wrong direction, I think. And then also, I mean, I've had girls reach out and say, what's pricing for this, this, and this? And like, absolutely, here's my pricing guide. When and where is your wedding? And they're like, oh, we're not engaged yet. I'm like, okay.
How can you plan anything without being engaged?
That's bad luck, sister.
I know, it's like karma.
So I completely get what you're saying, like, about it. It also brings them back, like, to a personal level. Like, I'm a human. Like,
But at that point, I have documentation of who's contacted me.
Yeah.
And then I can follow up.
True. Yeah.
Like, that's
Good
my
lead
reasoning
system,
behind it.
too.
Right. Like, hey, are you still looking? Are you...
Did you have questions? Are you unsure of, like, why my price point is where it's at? I'm happy to tell you those things because people haven't done this before.
No, they haven't. And if they have, they still have questions. And it allows me a chance to have a communication with them versus not having it at all.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's something that I know I actively have to work on it. And I think all wedding vendors do. We forget that, yeah, this is our everyday life.
It is.
It is not theirs. So they don't know. What may seem like a stupid question
Is never a stupid
it's
question.
Not a stupid question. Or just like, well, why would you ask that? Like, you don't know that? If you feel that way when somebody asks you a question, then you're probably not in the right profession.
No.
Like, because your job is to educate and to ensure that they feel comfortable. Again, they're spending a lot of money.
Exactly. The wedding industry is one of the largest industries in the world, honestly.
Well, people get married every day.
And they do. 2 or 3 times.
Yes, exactly. So talking about the questions that couples ask, what is your most common question that you get and you're like, that's an interesting one.
To be honest, most of my questions come about the bar. Like,
really?
Yeah,
okay, that makes sense.
So it's not necessarily like, oh, that's an interesting question. It's more of, do you have clarity on what I just told you?
Yes.
And then, of course, like...
Because everywhere is different.
Right. Everywhere is different. And so you got to think, if they're venue shopping, they're going to be hearing all these things from different venues. What they allow and what we allow. They're going to get confused at some point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love the bride who has the notes.
I love that. Type A, like I would be with the spreadsheet, PowerPoint presentation.
But yeah, our alcohol is our major area where questions come up because what we allow versus what we don't. So, I mean, it's not so much like, oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Because I feel
common.
It's the most common.
Yeah. Okay, well, what's an interesting question?
Oh, I don't know. Like, that's a tough one. Because you think about all the times you've sat down with somebody and you're like, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
But I do get asked all the time are you going to be here? I'm like, yes, I will be here.
Yeah.
I will be here.
Well, at that point, honestly, that almost comes across as like a comfort.
Oh,
I've been talking to you. Like,
my big thing is I've made them feel comfortable in this situation.
Yes.
So I'm like, yes, I will be here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we talked about. So walk through the booking process. Like, what does that look like for a client when they inquire? They call. How much does it cost? What's next?
So next thing is setting up a tour. We love for clients to come and view our space before they book. Of course, if they want to book and just reserve the date because they want to do that, that's fine. But we do ask that they come within a week or two to come see the space.
Yeah.
So come tour the venue. Then we show them all of our rooms, our outdoor areas, show them what they can go in, what they cannot. Y'all, we only have 2 spaces that they can't go in.
Right.
So that's easy peasy.
Put a face to who they've been talking to.
Right. And so then we go through that, and then we sit down after the whole tour, and we go over the complete entire contract. Okay. I never want them.
You go through line items. Make
Absolutely.
sure they have clarification on everything.
Yes. And after that, I allow them to ask questions. And then I ask them questions. Because I have questions once we've had interaction. So.
What are some of the questions you ask?
Main thing, when are they wanting to choose a venue by?
Okay.
That is my major question. And that is strictly because, one, like, how long am I going to be hanging on?
Right. It sets your expectation for a follow-up.
Right. And
I like that.
I like to be very transparent with them. Like, hey, like, I just told you all my information, but even if you choose another venue, because I believe there are places for everyone. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Like, that way I can mark it on my little list that, hey, I met with you, but unfortunately I didn't secure the deal.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Well, especially at that point, you have invested a little bit more
time
of your time sitting down with them when they physically come to the barn. Like, that makes a lot of sense. I like that.
So, and then the second question is, like, are they absolutely stuck on a date? Or are they flexible in any way? Because if I don't have that date available, it's almost, okay, well, here we are.
Does that happen often? Like, you've already told them you don't have that date and they still come for a tour?
They do, yes. Because I think that's what tells me they're on the fence. Like,
right.
Like, we're really, really stuck on this date, but if the venues is what we really want, then.
Once we see it, it may change our mind.
Right. And I would say about half the couples, that is the case. They're flexible and they don't even realize it.
They inquire with a date in mind.
Right. I always say have a season, don't have a date.
Definitely.
Because your date determines your venue.
Yeah. Well, the way that I have my contract structured, it's very rare that I book a client that doesn't have a date and a venue selected, because I have to put that in where my services are being provided and when.
Right.
That's not to say I haven't booked clients without that information. It just, I have to go in and physically edit a couple of clauses, because you got to know when and where.
Exactly.
Anybody's rendering any type of services.
Exactly. And I honestly prefer them to come visit with us first. I know that people in your field would probably feel differently, because then you work with them through the complete entirety of their process. But at the same time, it's like, it really helps me, because then I'm like, oh, you're on my books. Whoever you choose at this point, whatever.
Yeah. No, I agree. I prefer a venue to already be booked.
Yeah, at least then you know, like, hey, I'm going. Because what if your schedule is I already have a wedding that day?
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Like, those are some of the clauses that I have to go in and edit and change and redo lots of areas of verbiage, because I'm on the hook if they pick a wedding date later on that I'm already booked for. Well, sorry.
Then you did all that work and
I've done
no
work
return.
for you, and now so it's not preferred. It's very rare that we do that. Like, that's not to say I don't talk to clients and give them information. Like, as soon as you get your venue booked, let me know and we'll get our contract signed. Like,
right.
There's just it's like an order of operations in math. You gotta go by. You gotta get your venue booked and your date booked, because you can't book your venue without your date. So,
and honestly, if I had 3 tips for a bride, the first thing they need to do, choose a budget. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Make a budget and then find out who's paying for what.
Yeah.
Like, that is the biggest, I think, problems we see not involving us is, okay, well, we're getting this, but we don't know how we're going to do it yet. Like, or we couldn't decide who was paying for it. Like, they could go the old traditional Emily Post way, where the bride pays for the majority, groom pays for less. And then, or they could do it, what I'm seeing more of is they split everything down the middle, which we don't care either way as long as we get paid.
Right.
But, I mean.
Or I need to know who is owed what at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Is so and so gonna be walking up to me? Bartender gonna be asking me where's my money?
Yeah,
and I don't know who to go ask.
Money's a big deal. So do that, and then make a guest list, because your venue is going to ask your guest count.
Well, your entire budget is going to be affected by how many guests you're inviting. And I know that that's a piece of advice I give to couples is have your A list, have your B list, and maybe you have your C list. Your A list is those people that absolutely are going to be invited. As people on your A list let you know that they can't come, that's when you can bring people on from your B list. But you do not have to invite all 3 lists at the same time. Because how many people you have, obviously the more you're going to spend. So if you're trying to spend less, you're going to have less things the more people you have. Like,
right.
Literally just, we can say using common sense.
It's a numbers
game. For
game.
people that have never hosted large events, they don't understand how that works. And so, yes, your venue obviously needs to know how many people you're going to have there. Can the venue you're going to accommodate that?
Right.
And then, because a lot of people, you say starting with a budget. A lot of people have never, of course, done this before. So they don't know how much things cost or will potentially cost or what is pricier and what's more economical. They don't know even where the ranges are going to fall. And so that's when people guests have to venue shop and price shop, and they're just they're contacting a lot of people.
It can be overwhelming.
Yes.
Absolutely can.
Right there at the beginning for sure.
So it's just one of those things that those 2 top things, man, those guest count and your budget.
Yeah.
Because the venue, you got to choose that third, because that ultimately chooses your date. But
yes, your venue chooses your date, but your guest count chooses your venue.
Exactly. It's a very situation.
It's all tiered with one another. I mean, and it stays that way too. We talked about this in a past episode. The time that you select your ceremony to start at is going to dictate when everything else happens. Before that and after that, the rest of the day. That's going to dictate what time hair and makeup has to start, and what time food needs to be served, what time your bar needs to close, all of the things. They all have such a domino effect, and people don't understand how everything is so interconnected. And so it's that way from the moment you get engaged all the way till
the very end.
Till that cleaner is done at the end of the night.
That is right.
Mopping the floor.
That is right.
Oh, man. I love it. So we talked about, so you gave your 3 biggest pieces, your 3 things that you would tell brides. So what is something that you wish couples knew that you don't necessarily feel like you can tell them?
In what regards?
Like, if you were to be able to shake somebody and be like, this is why don't you get this? Why don't you understand this?
Having licensed vendors. Oh my goodness. I'm all about saving a buck. But do you know how much work goes into that? Because, I'm sorry, there's so many liability issues that go when you don't have a licensed vendor. Those vendors, we're working under our own licenses and our own, knowledge.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'm like, oh, I understand that you want to save some money, but oh man, it would be fine, but that, just, it's kind of like one of those.
And trying to get that through somebody's head. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's fine. We're cool with it, but at the same time, I'm like, it would be so much easier. And then using, friends or family members as a vendor.
Yeah.
That's
a big hot take.
Yeah. I always feel like that causes problems.
It does. For everybody.
It's always going to be a hard feeling. And it's not intentional. It's just, it's a very high stress day. And what if they don't go to what you expect them to do?
Did you set clear expectations from the beginning? Especially in letting them know, because your couples don't realize in asking that family member or that friend to provide the service for the wedding, you've now completely removed them from the ability to be a guest at that wedding.
Absolutely.
And the couple doesn't realize that, and that person does not realize that either. So they still have an expectation that they'll get to be a guest. And so then they try to do both, and that's where things go wrong.
Yeah, like the main one, bartenders. Like,
yeah.
Oh, my cousin's a bartender. That's fine, but you can't choose your cousin because they're going to end up on that dance floor and then nobody can be served. I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. We would love to have them, but we would rather
okay with asking them not being a guest at your wedding any longer.
Exactly. And where they may say yes at the actual event, they will realize that, oh, wait, I don't realize what I signed up for. Oh, they won't care. And then problems.
Yep. We've talked about that with cake cutting.
I hate cake cutting.
Thank you, by the way,
I do.
Brittany, for helping me cut the cake every
You're
time.
You're very welcome. And you have to know I hate it.
That's how that goes. It's, we've asked great aunt so-and-so or cousin so-and-so to cut the cake to give them a role in the day, and then come time to cut the cake, they've drank too much, or they don't want to come off the dance floor, or they're like, wait, actually, never mind, I don't want to do it, and nobody else has been slated to cut the cake. And so that's when somebody else, one of your actual professionals, has to say, all right, I will get over it and do it myself.
Yeah. That's the good thing about honorary bridesmaids.
I love that, yeah.
So, if you don't want a large bridal party or you have a bunch of friends and there's just no way for them all to stand up there, honorary bridesmaids are the way to go. As
long as you know that bridesmaid's going to get off the dance floor when it's time or not drink too much.
Well, that's why we always suggest for cake cutting to happen right after those main events. Yep. That way cake can go ahead and be cut, and it's already ready for people when they're finished with their meal.
Yep. That's what I tell people. That's what I tell couples when we're trying to figure out the best reception timeline. I'm like, okay, well, think about when you eat dinner. As soon as you finish eating, you're like,
something sweet.
That's when it's time to cut the cake. Or already have the cake finished up being cut so that
it's ready.
I want something sweet. Oh, let me go grab a slice of cake.
Exactly.
The natural order of events is how that would go. And
exactly.
That's how I answer that question.
And those honorary bridesmaids are wonderful for that one job.
Yep. After they steal some gloves from catering.
Or, yes, you can take them out of my drawer. It doesn't matter to me.
Your secret stash. I love it. Okay, so what has been your worst...
Be careful what you say.
Can you pick your worst, I don't want to say your worst client, your worst mishap that has happened at the barn? Whether it's from a couple's fault or a vendor's fault or what?
Okay, so we are a venue that is used most weekends. Mm-hmm. We are honest about, like, we get used a lot. Yeah. So where we do regular maintenance on it, something always will sometimes tend to happen.
Right.
You can't control when it does. Oh my goodness. We are in the country, y'all. Okay, so let's just go ahead and say that.
South Mississippi. One.
Well, somebody put a baby wipe down the commode. And if anybody has ever worked with a grinder before, you know what I'm talking about. They don't take care of baby wipes because of the thickness. Or it can clog up super easy.
Or if you just read the baby wipe package that says do not flush.
Yeah, but people don't do that.
People do not read. We know that.
We had a situation. It was, thank goodness we found out about it super before guests started arriving. Oh, no. But we had to call a vendor in. I'm panicking the whole time. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Are they on their way yet?
Oh my gosh, they're about to walk in.
The clock is ticking above your head.
Like, it was a complete nightmare. Like, I was like, this is terrible. Like, I'm gonna have to compensate this couple somehow if I don't get it, like, taken care of within the next 30 minutes.
Or how do I get them bathrooms for their
Well, I mean, granted, I have other bathrooms. They're just single bathrooms, not like community bathrooms.
Yeah.
So thankfully, my vendor was great. He got it all going, and he was like, do you want to see what did it? And I was like, no, I don't. He says it was a baby wipe. And I was like, oh my goodness. We now have signs that state, do not put anything besides toilet paper down. It was a nightmare, and I was so devastated.
Was it just wedding right before that?
Probably? Who knows? Like, we had a weekend before that there were a lot of kids and children, small children. So it could have been that wedding. It could have been this wedding. We do not know. There's no way to decide.
Yeah.
It's just part of the situation where you're just like, that.
I don't care. It has to be fixed.
It just has to be fixed. And now.
Yeah.
So that was probably my biggest mishap where I was just like, oh my geez.
The most panic.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, my very first wedding. A home
Still
baker.
Still a big learning curve.
Yeah, very much so. But they had a home baker do their cake.
Uh-huh.
Bless it. The top 3 layers fell off. I saw it leaning, and I told my team, I said, do not get close to that cake at all.
Don't look at it.
That's what I said. Don't even look at it. And they're like, why? And I was like, I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh my gosh.
It was a 6-layer cake, so we still had 3 to work with.
There
But I was just like, how terrible. Well, at least we got pictures of it.
Yes, exactly. That one of my worst mishaps was the same exact scenario. We talked about this on our episode with Lacey Cakes. It was not one of her cakes.
Oh, okay. I was like,
it was a home baker, unfortunately, up in North Mississippi. It was the same thing. It was like a beautiful, it was either 5 or 6 tier cake. And we had seen it leaning. It was set up way too early in the day.
Yeah, so it needed to be chilled a little bit longer.
Much longer. And it was the venue was, I guess, considered an outdoor venue. It was a pole barn that was the reception, but the buffet the buffet was outside too. So the cake got to be in the like foyer of the home. But it was huge, big French doors that were propped open all day. People coming in and out all day.
It's the misconception with buttercream. It can't get hot, y'all.
It's butter.
It's butter. It will melt.
It's not some other thing that's just called buttercream. It's butter, literally.
That's why it's so good.
Creamed butter. Exactly. But yes, we had seen it leaning, and the issue was just that the dowel rods she used for support were not cut at a perfect 90-degree angle. And the cake, the top, we ended up with just 1 layer left. So I guess the top 4 or 3 or 5, however many layers it was, the top layers all went and fell backwards and hit the wall.
That's
slid
terrible.
down. Bride saw it as she's walking down the aisle, and couldn't react in that moment. Had to just keep going. And it was fine. There was plenty. It was enough cake to serve 400 people, and we had 100 guests at this wedding. So there's plenty
that's
of
a massive cake.
It was massive. And they had purposely ordered more because they wanted a massive cake. But yes, so cake mishaps.
Yeah, and to be your first event ever.
Yeah.
It just,
do they all go? Does something like this go wrong in every single one?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It may feel like that sometimes. But that's what I tell people too, clients, and my role as a coordinator. My role would not be needed at all in a perfect world. That means nothing has gone wrong. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. Nobody had questions. Everybody was communicated to properly. At a perfect wedding, I sat on my butt the whole time and chit-chatted.
Y'all, we do not sit on our butt at all.
If I'm sitting not doing anything, it's because everything's going right.
Exactly.
My goal is to solve the problems before they get to you, or mitigate issues before they even turn into a big problem. We're humans. And you put a bunch of humans in a room and try to have a structured event, something will go wrong. And that's why you hire professionals who can think on the fly and problem solve.
Or have seen it every single week to know how to deal with this situation quickly.
Because everyone is different too. Every event is different.
Exactly.
Yeah. So cake and baby wipes. Those are the 2 problems. So what's been your most favorite event then?
Oh my.
Your most personal favorite, like one that you're like, okay, this is what I would do.
Okay, so there was this one wedding where everything was just gorgeous. I love our venue space because you can either dress it down or dress it up, and it is stunning either way.
Yeah.
But this bride chose to go all out.
If you have the budget for it, do it.
I know, right?
Why
mean,
not?
we had dance floor, we had flowers, we had a live band with a stage, and It was phenomenal. Like the flowers, I'm loving all these wildflower trends right now.
All the colors.
It just makes me happy. And when I say like that was probably the happiest group, I don't know, it gave me the feels.
Yeah.
Like I felt happy for them, and I barely, like, you gotta think, I only deal with them for a very short time. So I know them a little, but not enough to say, oh, we're friends.
Yeah.
So
I want to be friends.
I do. I want to be friends because all the people were like so much fun.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great. Like, I love when a wedding gives me the feels as just a worker. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I probably cry at every wedding. I say every wedding, most weddings, but that's when
I had to stop going because I cried. I was like, no, I can't do this.
Well, those that I say I cry at, I mean, during the father-daughter dance and the first dance, and it's when it's not about this big production that has been put on, when you have been treated like a human all day and you do feel this connection with the couple, and you're like, I'm really glad to know them and to get to be here today as a part of your day, whether you remember who I am or not in 20 years, you still hired me and I still got to be a part of your wedding day. Those are the ones when I'm sitting there like tearing up in the back while they're doing their first dance. I think
it's just like by that point you're like, oh, you're so happy you got to this point.
Yeah. And
then you're like, everything's going, and it's just
like, I did it.
I did it.
You know? I don't know. All weddings are so very different, and it's interesting to see so many different types of people and their priorities, and I mean, even just how they interact with people they're working. Like, it's different for every single one.
It is, and I can respect that because you and I are not the same.
Right.
Your preferences are not my preferences, and I think that's what makes my venue very appealing, is they can have whatever day they want.
It's not a specific style. You hear barn and you're like, oh, barn.
I like to say we're a French style barn.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a barn per se, as I'm in the country. Woohoo.
I got cows.
Yeah, I do have cows. I love my cows.
You can take pictures with them if you want, but you don't have to go that vibe. It's not it's not a pole barn. It's not necessarily rustic. It's not
elegant, rustic,
modern. It's anything that you want it to be. I don't want to call it plain because it's not, because it's beautiful by itself, but it's bare enough.
It's versatile.
Yes, that anybody can make it
what they want it to be
into their own vibe.
Like this past weekend, we had complete drapery done.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is so different.
Completely different. Yeah.
So
I think that's the mark of a good venue that you can walk in and all you gotta do is set up tables and chairs and it looks great, or you can walk in and not even recognize the space. It has to be versatile.
It does, and it has to fit the couple.
What if you could change anything about it, since you guys were not the original owners? I mean, y'all didn't build it, y'all didn't come up with those plans.
To be honest, I would probably have so there's a back porch that looks identical to the front, but there is a back porch, and I probably would have enclosed that with complete like glass windows. That way, that's a space that we could have used whenever it rained, because it could fit a lot of people. I just think that would have been stunning.
Yeah, I like that. Like it's still obviously a porch, but
it would be enclosed. It would be air conditioned. Like,
yeah,
I love that. Like, and that's
give you the outdoor feel vibe while it's raining.
Right. And I just think that would have been beautiful. And but
have y'all ever looked at potentially doing that?
No, because now I have a different plan, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna go with that.
Can you share your plan?
So I really want a covered space for ceremonies.
Okay.
Kind of like, I don't know if I really want it to be air conditioned yet, because that is extra funds that would have to increase pricing for the venue itself.
Right.
Whether they used it or not. So I don't feel comfortable with that. But having big, massive fans on the ceilings, kind of looking like the barn, but it's covered and it's open air still. but it feels like you're inside.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. But who knows if that'll happen. It's in the works in my 10-year plan, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But by then I may have a different plan too.
Yeah, exactly. But you always have to be thinking about what could potentially be next and how to improve and grow and be better. So,
and I would like to have like space for people to on-site accommodations, just little cabins, but I don't want it to be connected to the barn so that they have access to it, you know?
Right.
Like that's separate space.
Like here's a golf cart with your rental.
Yes, exactly.
Go down the path to the bridal suite or
like
whatever.
this gate will be closed at this time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just how that's
I like that. So, I'm able to picture it obviously because I've been on the property, so anybody that has been there before will know what I'm talking about. But the back porch that you were talking about, you've got the fence there and then a barn. That's the cow's barn. Like, is that a part of y'all's property or is that not?
That is a part of our property. That is going to be my office one day. Okay. So it's right now it's where the cats live. We're a barn, so we have to have barn cats. Tiger Lily is always a member of the guest count. Sorry.
Yes.
But
absolutely.
So, but she lives in there, and then that's where we keep like farm equipment.
Right.
So I wanted
it's your true traditional barn. Yeah.
So it is not for guests to be around because who knows what could happen.
Yeah,
but
definitely. Maybe
one day that space will be turned into something, but right now I really just need an office.
Mm-hmm. Do you just work out of your home right now for an office?
Yes.
Because y'all don't live far.
No, I live 10 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
So it's not that far. But it's just one of those things that I'm just kind of like, I'll need space to be different.
Yes, absolutely.
I need my work and my home life to be different.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like, too, I know that I feel this way, as my kids get older, I'm going to need that more.
Makes you feel more efficient, I think, because it's so easy at home to
stay in your pajamas.
Yes, or not do the things that you should be doing because of, I'm at home. And, I need to fold that basket of laundry.
Yep.
So, I just need a place to go and work.
Absolutely. I employed that line of thinking in college. Like, obviously I could do schoolwork from my dorm room, but if I got up, packed everything in my bag, and drove to the library and went into a study room, I was much more efficient when I knew that I needed to. That's not to say I didn't
study at some
point. Yeah. But I remember when there was moments where I was like, I really need to buckle down for a couple of hours. That's what I would do. And I feel the same way. Even being able to come here, like, to the studio and work on this podcast, like, okay, let me go up there. I'm dedicated to that. There's nothing else in this space that is my home life or one of the other businesses. Like, I can really focus. So
exactly.
That makes total sense. And like I said, as my kids get older.
Yeah, so right now I'm working out of the bridal suite because it's a happy room and there's not a TV in there. So
yeah. I have a horrible habit of, I've got 2 computer monitors. So I'll pull up, Love is Blind or
I would be so distracted
and I'll put it like in the corner off to the side as I'm mindlessly working, and it's always like trash reality TV. It's never anything that I'm like,
oh man, I love me some Bachelor and Bachelorette.
Yes, but that's what because I guess I have that brain type where I need something playing.
I get that, but if I'm really needing to focus and get things done, I have to turn it all off, and I'm like, okay, if you get this done, then you can do this. It's like I reward myself.
Would you say you're more type A, I guess?
I am type A, but, kids make you think you're type B or C.
Yep.
Like, I really am a type A, but very organized.
And more so with the first one, and then with the second one, you're like, oh, maybe I'm more type B.
I know, I'm like, it doesn't matter today.
Yeah, exactly. No, I feel that. We talked about your favorite wedding.
Don't ask me about my least favorite because
I won't.
That's terrible. They had drank all day, and I'm one of these people, like, have a few, but don't over embellish.
Yes. Exactly. Like,
remember, you're still a host
right.
to this party.
You're still hosting this party. While it is a massive party, it's probably
and it's a celebration for you.
Yeah, and it's probably the only time all of your friends and family will ever be together in the same room at the same time. Enjoy, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But you've also communicated what this specific event is, your wedding. So let's get through that ceremony. Let's get through your contracted items. Like, you paid for your photographer to be there and do these things. Fulfill that. If you don't want to fulfill it any longer, then you need to be able to accurately communicate that to them and say, hey, I know this was our original plan. Mm-hmm. This is our new plan. You can go home.
Exactly.
How often does security have to get involved?
I've only had one event where
awesome.
In my 5 years of doing this. 5?
Heck no.
No, 4. Sorry.
What did y'all buy?
2021? 21.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. What year is it? It's 4. That. Yeah, no. Like,
I thought it was like
July,
17 or 18.
June. No, so that's when it was born. It was born. It was established.
That's
so
right.
that's when they had it. But
so right after COVID.
Right after COVID, I had majority of my first year was COVID brides.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know if you're seeing this, but I feel like we're kind of seeing a little bit of COVID, the feel of it again as far as bookings. Like, I'm already starting to book 27 weddings, and I haven't even completed 26 yet.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Definitely, I'm getting more inquiries for 27 than I would expect. And later in the year, like...
Yeah, like October, November of 27.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense. Like, they want 2 years to get ready.
Mm-hmm.
I just get nervous as a vendor.
And I wonder, too, how much of that is just playing into the rising cost of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, instead of okay, we need a year to plan and save. No, it's doubled.
And that's right. And I tell my clients all the time, like, hey, I will work with you. I was not a bride who could have paid everything in mass chunks.
Right.
I had to play things monthly because it was very important to me for me to pay for the majority of my wedding.
Yeah.
Like, I prided myself on it. I didn't want to put anybody else out. Mm-hmm. What I wanted was what I wanted.
Yeah.
Of course, my parents stepped in and like, no, we're going to pay for these things.
Yeah.
But
you just didn't have that expectation going into it.
And so, like, if something was excessive, I did it. I pride myself as being a venue owner so that I can help these brides. So I do monthly installments. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that helps.
Yeah.
It makes my price look a little more doable.
Yes. Well, that's a big thing for couples. Like, if the final balance for all 10 of their vendors is due 30 days out, that's a lot of money at one time that's due. It's not a lot of money due to you or you or you or you, but it's a lot of money to as a whole. So if you have not been putting that aside and you're like, oh, yep, final balance is due 30 days out, that's for 10 more people.
Yes. And I
and it's not manageable.
It's not. And that's where some people are like, oh, can we push back our date? Or can we cancel because
and if you're too late it's too late to cancel, and at that point you've
spent all the money. Most places have a 90-day like window where there's very little that's going to come back to you.
Yep. And
it sucks. It just does. But these vendors are businesses.
Budget management is a really big part of it. After
you
decide your budget, you still have to
and that's where
planners
and coordinators are key.
Yep.
Because they will help you stay on your target goal.
Yep.
Or you need to pay this by this point. I know it says 30 days out, but let's get it knocked out ahead of time.
Keep it on your radar.
Yeah.
Don't just put right on your calendar and wait till you flip to that day in your calendar to say, oh, I owe this today.
Right.
I have been seeing a lot of couples running into that problem, like posting in like the Facebook groups asking for advice, like, what do we need to do? We owe, $15,000 in 2 weeks to this many people and we don't know what to do, like, because their final balances are due. And couples don't realize that they can ask, can I pay on different dates than what your contract states. Like,
Well, yeah.
yeah, your final balance has to be paid off by this date,
Mm-hmm.
but anytime before that,
A
ask
vendor
me.
would love it.
Couples ask me that all the time. My final balance, I split my payments normally into 3.
Mm-hmm.
And final balance is due a week before your wedding.
See, that would make me
You
nervous.
can pay me in full when you book. You can pay the last 2 invoices when you pay your middle invoice.
Mm-hmm.
You can pay. I've had couples who say, can you just take the total balance and split it into the 8 months it is until my wedding? Yep. And you
Yeah.
get an invoice once a month. It's all about just communicating and asking.
And that's what I tell. First thing I tell my clients when they walk up for a tour, they're passing the bar area. And I'm like, your bartender's going to be finalizing what they're setting up. But tell them when they can serve. Because if they don't know, then they're going to just serve it. And then you have the chances of running out.
Mm-hmm.
I said communication is key with all vendors.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I always want to put that in their forefront.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, if you communicate with us,
We
we'll
can't execute
communicate.
it if we don't know it.
Exactly. So it's just kind of like, hey, ask all the questions that you can.
Yep. No question
Tell
is
me.
stupid. You cannot communicate too much.
Exactly. Tell me your concerns. Tell me your wants. Like, let's see what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, most people can bend.
Yes.
Like,
well, the word no doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt. But
So how do you know if you'll get a no if you don't ask? And if you get a no, you say okay.
Okay.
And you move on.
And they
'Cause the
may end
word
up
didn't
coming
hurt.
with a counter offer. Like, hey, we can't do that, but we can do
Yep.
this.
And it didn't even cross your mind that that was a possibility. You're like, yep,
Mhm.
I actually like that better.
And it works.
Yep. All about questions and communication. In really any aspect of life, I feel like we just obviously see all of it on our
business outside.
yes, on this industry that we decided to be a part of for whatever
It's a crazy
reason.
world, but we love it.
Yes, you have to. I think you, like I said earlier, you really have to have a passion for it,
Mm-hmm.
or you will drive yourself crazy.
You will.
And I struggle with it sometimes. I feel like I'm really good at bringing myself back down to it, like forgetting I am impacting the biggest day of this family's life. Like, you can't let yourself forget that. And that can be a very stressful thought to have, but that's where experience and confidence comes back into play. Like, you're passionate about it, you're confident in your ability, and you love that you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you know that you can do it and fulfill your obligation and be a part of one of the most important days of this family's life.
Right. You want to be an impact and a positive one at that.
Yep.
I always say, like, as a vendor, I always want to go over and beyond.
Yep.
Like, they didn't pay for that, but I'm gonna try to make everything that they want come true.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So
That's the mark of any good vendor.
it
I
is.
think I've said this 15 million times.
I mean, it's great to just do what you're contracted to do, but how much better is it when you can just be like, I made them feel great.
Exactly. Like, have you ever paid for the person's food behind you or in front of you, or
Yeah, you
behind,
pay
behind
for
you
it.
in the drive-through, and then like you ride that high the rest of the day?
Mm-hmm.
That gives me the same feeling to take that little extra step.
As long as you don't tell anybody about it, though.
Yes, exactly.
So
But there's so many negative things and hatred and just bad things in this world.
mm-hmm.
What harm is it going to do to put a little bit of good back into it?
Nothing.
None.
And honestly, it takes less effort to do that than it does anything else.
Yep. Exactly. It takes
kinda
more
like-
effort to put something negative back into the world, for sure.
Absolutely more thought.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So you said not often that security has to throw somebody out. What about, I feel like I have heard stories from other venue owners before about issues with people drinking too much and overindulging, and then they are, I guess, being not necessarily destructive of the property, but at that point it's a bigger liability on your head. Is that often that you see that?
So we have rules for alcohol, of course.
Mm-hmm.
When a couple has chosen the package that with the permissions that they can serve hard liquor and the bartender is mixing it right in front of them, that is when we see our issues of over drinking.
Yeah.
Not that they can't do it with beer, wine, champagne, and 2 to 3 pre-mixed specialty beverages. But chances are they're more aware.
Give me a shot. Give me a shot. Give me a shot.
And that's one of our rules. No shots at all from the bar. Because, you live, you learn. The reason everything is in our contract is because something has happened. Yep. But yes, there have been times where we have to have security say, hey, like, I think it's time that you either stop drinking. And that's the bartenders. Like, they don't think about this. Bartenders are liable for who they serve.
Exactly.
So
that's
you
why
have
it's
to have
important
somebody.
not to have your cousin bartend.
Exactly.
It's important to have a licensed bartender.
And it's just kind of like they have to cut them off. Then they're the bad guy. But we don't want necessarily them to be the bad guy either. That's why security is involved. And they have to step forward.
Because they know they can be the bad guy.
Exactly. It kind of goes with the badge, I guess, a little bit occasionally. Just like, hey, I have authority.
That's my role there. Yeah. Yes.
And it's not that they're mean people or they're overstepping, but it's just more like, hey, we're here to protect everybody. Mm-hmm. You're being a little too much. You can either calm it down or we can leave.
Yeah.
And most of the time when they say that, it's like, oh, I'm just going to go. I got in trouble.
Yeah. They're offended. They're more embarrassed, I would say. Like,
I don't think they're even to that point. I think that they don't even realize sometimes.
That's true. Especially, when you've been drinking heavily.
I don't know. I will say, like, we haven't had many issues. Like, one time where, like, it got to a point where we were like, no, we're done.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. So what, I try to ask all of our interviewees.
No.
What is your favorite thing about a couple that has a planner or a coordinator, and what's your least favorite thing? Like, what do you wish coordinators and planners knew?
I wish I can meet with every single coordinator that is coming. I don't care if they're your aunt or your cousin's friend. I want to meet them.
Who's my point of contact?
Yeah, who's my point of contact? Yeah. Don't introduce me to them that day.
Yeah. Introduce
them to me. I want to at least see them 3 times. I'm sorry. Like, to me, like, I think it sets up the communication.
Yeah.
But, like, I want them to know exactly what they're going to be doing, too. Because sometimes when you don't have one like you who has planned and gotten specific details, they really don't know what they're doing. Right. They're just there. Like, that's my thing. Like, I want to see you. I want to know. Like, I expect a coordinator or a planner to have a timeline for me.
Right. And
sometimes when you
have coordinators that don't?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Huh. And it's usually the ones who are getting a family friend to do it. Oh, right. I'm just here. Like, I'm just going to help make sure everything runs smoothly. Well, okay, when's this happening? When's this happening?
Oh, I didn't know I needed to.
And I'm like, so then I end up playing a much larger role than what I had anticipated.
And you're not going to not do it because you're not going to let that slip through the cracks.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I could do it for the barn every day, every wedding, but I choose not to.
Have you considered adding that as a package?
I have.
Or as an add-on?
But with my children being so small, it's really hard.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm a very type A person. So for me, I would not be meeting the criteria for myself.
Yeah.
So for me to do it for another bride it seems wrong. So until I'm completely focused, which is coming, the kids are getting older.
Yeah.
But I have a staff to run too. So I have to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So splitting my time is difficult in that sense as well.
Ooh, what? That leads me into a really good question that is always, I've seen this on countless forums and posts and all of that good stuff before. What would you say is the biggest list of differences in your venue coordinator and your wedding coordinator? Like, people think,
okay, wedding
that's
coordinator.
Your role, and it's not.
It's not. No, wedding coordinator is somebody who's taking care of your day, your specifics, your absolute vision. Mm-hmm. Venue coordinator is making sure that everything with the venue that they have contracted you to a T is happening. Mm-hmm. Like, if I tell you that, hey, I'm going to trump your wedding coordinator when it comes to your sparkler exit because the venue has a certain way we want to do this. Then I need to step into that role and say, okay, this is when we're doing it. That is,
this is where, this is.
Yes,
these
exactly. I will like them. I will
guidelines.
dispose of them. Like, that's just certain things like that. Like, the vision is the wedding coordinator. Venue manager or venue coordinator is taking care of the venue itself. Trash needs to be taken out. Golf cart service needs to up its game. Stuff like that.
Yep.
The things that I contracted, I said I would do for you, they're being implemented.
So it's as simple from a client's perspective as reading your bullet points and your contract.
We don't read.
And if you have questions about that, then you ask.
Exactly. Ask me questions. In fact, it makes me more nervous during a tour or after I book somebody and they don't ask questions. It almost makes me feel less confident that I did my job.
How do you approach that? Or, like, do you say?
Oh, I'm like, are you sure you don't have any questions? And they're like, no, I'm good. Like, and I'm like,
you understand everything fully?
And that's it. I said, so I made sense to you today. I said, it's just very weird for me not to have questions. And they're like, no, we're good. I get it. And I'm like, okay. I said, I know it's a lot to process. But if you think of questions on the way home or while you're laying in bed tonight,
immediately type
do
them
not
out.
hesitate to send me a quick text message or a phone call, and I will get back to you at my next business hours. Like, it's as simple as that. Just ask me.
The ones that don't have questions that are
They
adamant
book.
that they don't. Well, do you have more problems come wedding day with those, or did they really get it?
No, I think they really get it, but I think usually they end up asking the questions much later after they book, because they're like, oh, can you remind me of this?
Well, too, I feel like from my perspective as the coordinator, once, not as the planning where they've hired me much earlier on, and I'm holding their hand through all of their booking processes, they don't necessarily know what questions to ask.
No, they don't.
So when it comes down to coordination and they just get their questionnaire, they've booked everything, they just need to hand it all over to me. Obviously, my venue section of the questionnaire asks all of those details that are laid out in your contract. If it's a venue I've already worked at, I go ahead and remove those questions because I know the answer.
Right.
I know who's taking the trash out at your venue. I know who sets up tables and chairs. I know if there's a decor closet. I know if we have access to it. If it's one of those that, like I said, I've worked at before, but if it's a venue I've never been at and I don't know the answers to all those questions, I leave them in there. And if the couple hasn't asked that question, then they either have to reference their contract to answer it for me, or they have to go back to venue manager, coordinator, owner and say, hey, my coordinator's asking me this question.
Exactly.
It lets their gears turn.
And then it creates other questions that they don't realize that they truly did have.
Yep. Or that they should have been asking, because again, they didn't know.
No, they don't know, but sometimes those brides are, when they're really quiet like that, they're also just really laid back, and all they really want to do is get married. And I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I truly can.
Definitely.
It's just
And
learning how to read different sets of people.
Yes, when that expectation is set clear, because you don't want to overstep at any point. Like I'm the same way. Like I will be as involved as you'd like me to be, and if you have every detail planned out, just hand it all over to me. Otherwise, like, all I'm here to do is serve you. So
yeah, we work for them.
I need to know how you want me to serve you.
Exactly.
To what extent?
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. People just don't know.
It's almost like you want to give them like a whole sheet and say, okay, did I answer all these questions for you?
Or that, or like the knot or Zola or whatever, when you pull the like top 10 questions you should be asking your planner, top 10 questions you should be asking your venue before booking, like all of those things. And some of them are, well, what is the capacity of the building?
Well, usually that's listed on the website.
Right. And it's questions that are not more logistical. They're just like kind of obvious questions that would already be answered if you had been paying attention at any point.
Right. You wish that, you got to remember with the Knot Zola and all the places like that, like even like the bride magazine. They are focused on one, probably a different area. Like we're South Mississippi. Yeah, we have some large events, but not compared to New York or New Orleans, stuff, places like that. So their focus is completely different. But they're also very generalized. Those questions are very generalized.
Generalized, and it's not a wedding professional writing them.
No, it is a journalist.
It's a journalist. Clickbait. What is going to snag your attention?
And obviously it works because we've clicked on it.
Yep, exactly. Or like the top wedding trends for 2025, and you click on it, and it's all of the
like fall burgundies and oranges.
Yes.
Like, okay,
nothing that is
stand out,
new, trending to us as the professionals in the industry already. And it's funny to me when there are clients who are clearly reading those types of questions when they're interviewing me to potentially hire me. Like, how many weddings do you do in a year?
Well, what does it matter? That's my, like, I've been asked that question. I'm like, well, I mean,
it varies.
Like, yeah, like there's 52 weeks in a year. I said, sometimes we book all of them. Sometimes we have weeks off. Like,
I love it when we have a week off.
I absolutely love it. Look, if I could book every single day, I would. I would.
Well, let's go back to couples not reading. Like, that's not just in this industry. Like, people just don't read signage.
No, they don't. No. One of our biggest issues at our venue with not reading is probably not reading where they can park.
Yeah.
We send out a very long, like, hey, these are reminders for you as the bride and groom. There is signage everywhere.
It's your responsibility to communicate that to all your guests.
Exactly. And it's like, I'm always constantly having to move. Like, I'm sorry, you can't park here. And they're like, but why? It's open. And I'm like, well, we have our reasoning as a venue. I mean,
because the people who booked this building agreed to it. So
well,
that's what to agree to.
And that's usually if they give me too much. Well, the bride and groom have signed a contract with me, and this is one of the rules. And
point
you don't want to be.
I'm the owner. Just listen to me.
Well, yeah, but they don't.
I know.
They always we're just peons to them.
Yes.
We're workers. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Like, I can take a lot of lip, but I would rather be nice to you the whole night too.
Right. I don't want to ruin my day, and I don't want to ruin yours.
No.
But I will.
Yeah. And it just creates bad blood, especially if you just started your event. And
bad
you're like,
juju.
oh, sorry.
It puts you in a mood.
And then, like, you feel like they're eyeballing you all night. And it's like, oh, just bad blood. So, yeah, they don't read. Smoking is another issue with people. Like, you have to go to your designated smoking area.
Yep.
Like, just a rule of the venue.
Yep. I've been running into that with one of the local city buildings. They just changed their rules around it. And people don't like to listen, especially as they're drinking more and more. And it's become an issue. And then I'm the point of contact for the venue. So the security officers and fire marshals and sheriff's department, they're coming up to me saying, hey, you need to handle this.
It's a domino effect.
Yes.
Absolutely is like this person doesn't do it, so then they're not listening, so then they have to get this person involved. It's
well, so and so over there just did. Why can't I? Well, because I didn't
see that person.
They need to be in trouble too, but they're done doing it, so I can't go get onto them now. All I can do is say, don't do it again.
And it's not so much smoking that's the problem; it's vaping. Like, oh my goodness! Like, we have rules like you can't vape inside our building. I'm so sorry. And like, it's just one of those things. I know, like, or like they breathe it back in, and I'm like, and he like had a groomsman tell me a couple weeks ago, like, oh, I won't exhale, and I'm like,
so I need to go call the ambulance and have them wait.
I was like, well, I said, let's just not do it inside, okay?
Yeah, like, let's leave them in our pockets.
Like, that's become one of the bigger things. Like, it's not smoking, because smoking has become like, hey, you got to do it in your designated area.
Yeah,
for the most part. But it's vaping. Like, it's become so habitual places that I'm just
because people don't view it the same as smoking.
I guess because they think it smells different. That
it's better for, it's just vape. It's just vapor. It's gonna vaporize.
And meanwhile, there's studies showing that it's worse. I don't know.
It can't stain your walls yellow.
But there's still nicotine in some of it. I don't get it. I don't. I'm not a smoker, though, so I don't want to hate on people who are, but I don't get it. Like, just follow the rules of the venue.
Yes. A rule exists for a reason. Like, you're not doing it to be malicious or because you think it's fun. Like, where would you find joy in making a rule?
Oh, I don't. I would rather have, like, in a perfect world, like, no rules.
Exactly.
Like, it would be so nice. Your
You're
day would be perfect.
Respectful of the space you're in.
Like, you got to remember, like, some of these places, you got to treat it like your home.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, and as a wedding guest, if all guests could just employ the thought of being respectful of the bride and groom. Mm-hmm. You're there as a wedding guest on their wedding day. Why are you there as a guest? Because they're likely a loved one that is very dear to your heart, or else you shouldn't be at their wedding. So yes, you want to respect them. And in following all of the rules and contracts that they agreed to, you are respecting them. If you're not following the venue's rules, then you're being disrespectful to that bride and groom that you supposedly love so much.
Exactly.
That should be like...
It's kind of like, should be second nature.
Yes, that line of thinking, the logical thoughts of it and how your thoughts should fall. And, I mean, I know, I guess when alcohol gets involved...
That's another thing, like, alcohol, like when bars, it's now the new trend to open up the bar before your ceremony. People don't want to go to the ceremony because the bar's open.
Mingle, yeah.
And I'm like, y'all, that's not what we're here for. We're here for
or
that.
When the bartender's not there and people keep sneaking behind the bar and
to
grabbing
get a beverage,
a beer out of the cooler.
It's just, it's a very fine line when it comes to respect.
Mm-hmm. Or entitlement. Like, oh, well, I'm the cousin of the groom. I can do it if I want to. No, you're here as a wedding guest just like everybody else.
Just like everybody else. Just like I'm here as a worker trying to make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm.
Following my own rules.
Exactly.
Because they're there for a
reason.
They're
there for a reason.
Yes. And I, obviously you don't see it very often, but a wedding without a bar is my favorite.
I don't know. I where I can respect it, and I do like them because I think they're sweeter.
From my they're easier, I guess.
They are easier. I will say that, and usually they leave early, and we've already spent X amount of hours getting everything ready. Mm-hmm. So for us, it is nice, but I'm like over here, I don't know. I can respect if you don't want to drink. It's cool. I like it. We'll go on with it. But a wedding wouldn't have a little bit of alcohol. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they dance more.
Yeah.
Because usually if they don't have alcohol, there's no dancing.
Yeah.
And it just seems like it either drags or...
Awkward.
It's awkward. Yeah. It's not... But
I mean, I don't see those at venues.
We see them a lot during the summer.
In the summer or at, obviously more like at church weddings.
Well, church weddings, because usually it's in the fellowship hall.
Yeah. Summer weddings. So, how often would you say you have, not your traditional, nighttime or late afternoon wedding?
I'm going to say, often? No, not often. When they do, it's very, I don't know, it's very quick. Yeah. Sundays, usually, that's the only time it happens.
Uh-huh.
And that's just because they're coming right after church. Those are the ones that are,
a brunch, lunch.
Yeah, type. It's just it's a smaller quantity of people. Mm-hmm. And it's we're here to get married. We're here to have a good time, enjoy each other's company, and that's
Go home before dinner.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Go home. We got work next day.
Yeah. Yeah. What about not weddings? Events, just baby showers, other things like that?
We only do those on Sundays through Thursdays.
Okay.
So...
But you can still book weddings Sunday through Thursday.
Yes, you can book a wedding any day of the week.
Yeah.
But, a shower is going to be a shorter time frame because I'm not going to schedule a baby shower 9 months in advance.
Yes.
So those are typically done 2 to 3 months ahead of time. by that point, the venue knows, hey, we're not going to book. But those, we do only allow that Sunday through Thursday. So most of the time it is a Sunday. Now, if we're to the point where, yeah, we're not booking that Saturday, that day is now available. And they would ask for it, sure.
What's the closest you have booked a wedding to the actual date?
3 weeks.
Really?
3 weeks. And it was a big shindig. It was not small in any means.
Was it because their original plan fell through?
No. It was, they got engaged. They didn't want to wait. And they just called by chance, happened to see if we had 3 weeks away.
Ain't no way you got this date open.
And I was just like, they were like, just on the off chance. And I was like, we're actually open.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you for real? And I mean, granted, I told them my price. And I was like, they're like, no, we'll go for it. And I'm like, are you for real? And so that's what we did.
And they did the whole thing. They had
a DJ. They had a photographer.
Everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
I
3
was
weeks.
very, very impressed. No coordinator. I know, but I mean, it was a small.
Yeah.
Like, it was a small, like,
It's still
no
worked.
big expectations, should I say. Like, they went out, they got married, they came back. They had dinner, a DJ, and they had a good time.
That's
it was
awesome.
nice.
I like that.
Like,
it's doable.
it is doable. It sure did make me nervous for them, but
Yeah.
sure, go for it.
How far into your ownership was that?
That was probably about a year ago, actually.
Wow.
And I was just like, are you sure? You meaning this year, right?
not 2026.
And they're like,
What
yeah.
about the furthest out? I mean, you said you're getting inquiries for 2027.
I am. So I booked one for November of 27.
Gosh.
3 days ago.
Wow.
And of course, like, we have rules like, okay, yes, you can put your retainer fee down, but we will not start making payments until 26 starts.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes me feel better because, like, if you got to think about it from a financial standpoint, like, that's going to be gearing up to 27's, like, finances. So it just makes me too nervous to have it all on hold if you start making payments.
Do you have, did you have a clause in that?
Yes, there's a clause.
That the total price can still change?
Oh,
or
no.
Okay.
If they book now, they get my prices. I probably will not increase.
That was going to be my next question.
For 27. 28, we'll see where we stand. I feel like my pricing is pretty, I would be willing to book it. Does that make sense?
Reasonable and fair.
It's reasonable and fair. We charge $2,500 for one day.
That's, I would say, honestly, on the lower side.
And it
for
is.
what you get.
But at the same time, I don't want a bride to ever feel like they cannot have a nice day.
Mm-hmm. Or feel like, if I go with this venue, I can't have
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, now, if you want 2 days, of course, it increases by $2,500.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like $2,500 is pretty decent for what I'm giving you.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So you don't increase your pricing that often?
Not often. I probably should. But I just feel like
if you're comfortable and confident with where it's at, then
I would rather book every single weekend and multiple days out of the week and know that I'm helping more brides than I could ever, bless on a normal end.
Yeah.
Then I'll do it. Like, I don't want to be the reason that you can't have something.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I feel like wedding professionals struggle sometimes with pricing themselves appropriately. But when you find that spot where you're you don't have a bad feeling telling somebody a price, like, oh, this isn't enough, or oh, this is too much, I hope they take it, you're in the right spot.
But I don't give discounts at all.
Okay, yeah.
So, because I feel I am on the lower side.
Shouldn't.
So,
I don't think you should.
like, for me, like, I am what I am. My worth is this. And that's another thing. Like, knowing your worth is important.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know my worth as a venue, and I know my worth as a venue owner. And I have to make sure those meet the criteria and that they're respected.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love all of that. Well, okay, so last thing I want to ask then is, if nobody listens to anything that we talked about, one ear out the other, what's one thing that you want them to take away from your world, your corner in this industry?
Don't underestimate the barn at Love Farms. We are very capable. Yeah, period. We're very capable of making and helping you get exactly what you want at a decent price. And I feel like with everything we offer you, you'll be able to have the most beautiful and wonderful day, and the pictures will be worth $1 million, because I don't know if many people who hear all this have been to my venue, but it's breathtaking.
Yeah.
Truly is. And there is picturesque moments everywhere you turn.
There absolutely is.
So that's my only takeaway. Don't underestimate us.
Love it. Well, Brittany, thank you so very much for talking with me today. I think you gave some really valuable insight to just like behind the scenes of what goes in and out of booking a venue, and just communication and asking questions and all of those things that are valuable pieces of advice for engaged couples, people that maybe own a different type of business in the industry, those that are wanting to potentially own a business in the industry. Even for myself, I would love to have a venue one day. Like, I know that that's a goal for a lot of professionals in our industry who don't have a venue themselves. Mm-hmm. So before we sign off, though, I'll obviously link it in the show notes, but where can people follow you, find you? What's the best way to contact you?
Okay. So the best way to contact us is, of course, through our website. You can see pictures, a gallery. There is a contact form that goes straight to me. That also helps me keep everything organized. You can also find us on The Knot, Wedding Wire, Zola.
Website is thebarn@lovefarms.com.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then it's thebarn@lovefarms.
thebarn@lovefarms.com.
Okay. But then you can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, y'all.
TikTok.
I am loving me some TikTok right now.
Same. I have recently started trying to post a lot more in my like personal life as mom of 3 under 3, stay-at-home mom. That's a lot of good content there. But also on the business side of things, like,
man, I feel so important and like famous because like I have almost 1,000 followers on the Barn account. I'm like, look at me.
Love it. Yes. And people say it all the time, everything's content, and that is.
Everything is content. And it's really hard to be creative, but you know what?
Well, your followers want to know who you are and the behind the scenes things, and so.
And that's it. That's all you have to do.
It gives you a good outlet for that. It's not like professional Facebook. It's TikTok.
Like, it's TikTok. I think it's more raw.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and all of those handles are The Barn at Love Farms.
That is correct.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks again, Brittany.
Thanks, Abby.
Bye. Thanks for listening to The Hitch List.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share your wins and woes. We want to celebrate or commiserate with you.
Until next time, where creativity meets celebration and details matter.
Want to be featured as an event vendor on the Hitch List? Send us a message. We'd love to share your stories and behind-the-scenes moments.